gorgeous. Have you guessed who I am?
He's lucky, I'm lucky, we're all lucky!
How about now? I'm Magenta from Rocky Horror Picture Show. Because I'm filming this video at the time of Halloween, and you know, tradition. This year's Halloween inspiration has come directly from you, because you recommended that I watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So, thank you. This costume was extremely cheap to produce. If this is the first time we're meeting, I'm sorry. I'm not usually like this. Well, I am usually like this, but not looking like this. Welcome. I'm Lolly. I'm a voice specialist, and today I'm going to be analysing and reacting for the very first time to... Oh, it's gone. I had to look up Magenta phrases and I got rid of the video. Metallica Enter Sandman live. This 1991 concert of theirs is extremely famous because apparently there were 1.6 million people there, which is really hard to imagine. If you've ever been to one of those ginormous stadiums like Wembley or another one with the maximum capacity of 100,000 standing, you can't see anyone's face. It is a complete sea of humans. That times 16, I can't comprehend it. Barbaric. The biggest scandal is probably that I really don't know Metallica's music. I've heard their name over and over again, I've just never listened to their music. I don't know what's wrong with me. So thank you to my patrons for voting for this one. Oh my god. Are they, so that's people. This orange haze, are those human beings? Oh, I've just turned my bloody monitor off in excitement. So is that the sound desk there? Oh, it's ominous. They look largely in good spirits. Yeah. And I still don't think we've seen all 1.6 million. Wow. Oh, it's making me anxious. Look at them. Oh, there's so much to take in. Oh, this is incredible. I wish I had the type of personality that could participate in something like this, but I would have a panic attack in like under 3 seconds. But for those who are confident and extrovert, I imagine this is absolutely electrifying. You would have to be very impartial to body odour. Very impartial. What if you need a wee, actually? I mean, at least 500,000 people urinated upon their person. At least. Gosh, I hope they brought water and granola bars. I think I've got the crowd logistics off my chest, mostly. Even though I've never gone to listen to this song, I feel like I've just heard this riff through the breeze my whole life. It's not the riff itself, I don't believe. I think it's the way that they play with it. Now, I haven't heard the studio version before. Usually with live performances, it does get a bit more tensy-wency at the beginning. It will be a longer intro and they kind of feed you bits of the riff and take it away. Regardless, the way that they are able to create tension is like this. Not like this. I'm getting to my piano, hang on. Fine. But then you also have, with the same rhythm, all we do is use the same rhythm, the same collection of notes and the same rhythm, but just in different orders. They're able to lean on certain notes and hold off of others, so we get these kinds of different feelings of intensity as well. Because remember, it is not just about the notes, it is the way you play them. There might be an excellent riff hidden out there in the wilderness, but no one played it well enough to let it reach the people. You know, it's like the sword in the stone without Arthur. Rhythmically, we have always got that covered, but just in different ways. So you notice how in the very beginning, it was the hi-hat that was doing the pulse keeping. And then 1, 2, 3, and 4. He didn't stack it to the hi-hat, he just switched it out. And so therefore it leaves space still, and it's not predictable because it's not a layering, it's a switcheroo. And then a really clever way that they managed to drive that intensity quite drastically in the middle was go for that semitone variation. As we all know from Jaws, that is very threatening. That makes us on edge. So they do that, then they tease you with that original riff again. And then it's just full circumference headbangs, lots of snares, and fire. A really good way to open a number. I can't for a second imagine being that cool before 1.6 billion people. I mean, that's an insane number. I'm someone that's obsessed with context and perspective, so I'm just going to look up where else you might find 1.6 million people. So that audience could have been the entire population of Bahrain. It would be the 154th most populous country in the world out of 234. Oh my gosh, there's a country called Holy See with 496 people. No, that's a very tempting rabbit hole that I will not go down. I have a job to do. That's so cool. So this is like horrifying. I'll hold your hand or tuck you in or something until the Sandman comes, and then you're better grip your pillow tight. I'm so glad I didn't hear this when I was a kid because I was really afraid of the dark. Crikey, he's addressing his own son. Oh my god. Perhaps it's just tough love. I love how he's totally assumed this character inflection. To include everyone, nah. Everyone, nah. Till he comes, ah. It's a really cool and easy and fun way to add distortion without really needing to try. And that is going from a narrow vowel to include everyone. It's quite narrow. And so what he's doing is opening his mouth wide for an ah vowel, which in turn, like counterintuitively, actually shrinks the space in the vocal tract. It's like, makes everything, the position's already done for you, so you can just go. And there it is. Because so far, when he's sang the rest of it, it's got like a general gruffness to it, but there's no actual supraglottic tissue flapping, no like, apart from when he... It's a really nice way to create a spicy vocal performance without having to like try super hard to manage it. It's just when the vowel goes wide, the extra tissues flap. Easy as that. And I love bold choices. Bold choices are my favorite kind of choices, whether it's a acoustically pleasing sound to my personal opinion or not is completely irrelevant. I just love when an artist decides that they're going to do something with confidence and it's not obvious, meaning that they've had to really get comfy with who they are as a vocalist and performer. There's loads of examples of this, like singers that have their own thing that you can imitate, like Michael Jackson. The Bee Gees. Well, you can tell by the way I use my Anastasia with her like super intense twang. Now, baby, come on. Don't claim that love you. If you were to sing in any of those aforementioned ways in a choir, you would be called out and forced to change your ways. And I have taught hundreds of students at this point that have suffered from this choir syndrome, where they've made their voice blend and be super normal and the way that other people want to hear it for so long that they feel so afraid to try any new sounds because it's all weird. But weird is good. The same can be said for his vocal performance of the next section, which I assume is like the chorus. It's not conventionally pretty at all. It's all bendy and like light. Really, really, really specific tone to his voice. To my head. He goes through drastic vowel modulations in one sentence. Well, 2 words. Internote. It's like this huge distance between air, a really high resonating vowel, and note. Internote. That could have been sung numerous ways. He could have instead done tonight, like the opposite way round. Or he could have arranged the diphthong on night to be night or night. It's just so many ways that could have been done. And he chose such a specific way that, yeah, hugely, humongous respect for this. Bold as a peacock. Bold as a peacock. It's a new thing. Oh, nice. Yeah. It's almost in a full split. Sorry. Can you hear that riff in the new key? Cool. Oh, there we go. Up from the toms. Oh my goodness. Is someone doing like a tiny little boy impression, or is that a backing track, or is that post? Because whichever it is, it's just wrong. But sure, 1.6 million people are digging it, so just while we're at a natural break, those doubles in the second verse were just augmented sixth. It's a really ear-catching harmony line. Dur, dur, dur. It's a relatively big and awkward gap between the notes. Most commonly we hear like, sleep with one eye open. That's a lot more conventional, but this is spicy. Not to mention that it was sleep with one eye open with lots of force fold activity. Beautiful. It's a harmonic delight. And the dreams of war, dreams of lies. You couldn't really hear a note, which makes me think he did it an octave below, so the same note but low with his with his distortion. Because it just suddenly sounded so thick. And then we only really heard a note when it was Dragon's Fire. That was really beautiful, hugely beneficial textually. Another thing that I love about this man's voice is it's so quick and it makes it sound so natural and really like a flourish as opposed to like a like a melismatic singy passage. You just feel it rather than focus on it. Well, unless you're me, in which case you would just focus on everything and just bore all your friends away. I'm kidding. I have very patient friends. Oh, he's doing that. Vocal double again. Cool! Now he's gone up the octave, but he's stayed down there. Oh, that was cool. Do you notice how that drum fill was kind of a little bit rushed there? And I love this layering underneath. Da-da-da. It's just, it's so interesting texturally. It's just a piece under your bed. In your closet, in your head. That's cool. That's cool. Chorus. It's more intensity. He's singing this harder. Alright. Wow. So that's in there. We're off to Never Never Land. That was not the end. The diphthongs are just so noteworthy. We have to just note them real quick. So a diphthong is when you have two vowels out of one vowel, two out of one. And a lot of English words have them naturally, like the word boy. You can't just say ba or be. It has to be boy in two parts. Therefore, there are loads of ways to sing the word boy, because you can choose to play around with the timing when you transition from one vowel to the other. Boy, boy, boy. You can just blend them. Or like Beyonce when she did the boy. When do you go for the E as opposed to the oo? Boy or boy. It's a weird one. You have to choose. And so he chose. Oh boy, did he choose. Boy, did he choose. And he does all of the vowels. And that was a pentaphong. It was like all 5 vowels. As many vowels as there are people in attendance at his show at this point. And I love it. Why not? Keep everyone guessing what you're saying. Oh yeah, he loves it. All of the vowels. Cool. Oh, I love these long rock outros. Is it out? You've got to be with me. That's where the video ends. This is some kind of sick joke. You're not going to give me the last chord. What am I going to do now? I'm going to have to watch one of those satisfying compilations. That's okay, I'll finish it for us all because you had to suffer that as much as I did. Hang on. Let's go again. I didn't promise it was going to be a particularly cool ending. So yeah, I'm not surprised at all why they're so big, why the songs are so big, because the best songs across all genres are those that are able to execute complex concepts in a simple, digestible way. And that takes on various forms and various combinations. In this context, it's simple musically. Melodically, rhythmically, there was nothing. At no point did we suddenly get flung out of the time signature or out of the key in a drastic way. There was a little bit of alluding to key changes and stuff, and there were some unpredictable structural things as well, like when they didn't finish the chorus that we got used to and they just added another first half of the chorus in instead. So the way that this is complexly brilliant is how the composition manages to delight people without intimidating them or losing them. And I think the artists that get really, really big, like this big, are able to delight and surprise their audience in equal parts. So not too boring, but also not too complicated. And this can take on other forms, as I was mentioning, like Stevie Wonder, for example. His compositions harmonically are really quite complex. He changes chord every 2 milliseconds, but he makes pretty much everything else about his compositions really accessible. The lyrics are really straightforward. Very superstitious. You'll have at least one element that's easy to replicate and repetitive, like and so a composer / artist must find that delicate balance somewhere. And I think there is a dash of magic to it, because it doesn't matter how many times and how intricately one may analyse all of the different components and this works with this and whatever. It's of course pretty much impossible to know how well the song would have done in the absence of one of those very, very delicate choices. What if the riff was da 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 ba da 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 ba da? Like just that one rhythmic change made people not care about it. This is the magic, the secret sauce. I can see here in the recommended videos that someone's uploaded them performing the same song this year, 33 years after this. Bloody hell. Perhaps a contributing factor to their longevity is their ability to make bold choices. Because if you can make bold choices and you're confident, then you're perhaps less likely to be swayed. You're less likely to maybe overdo it, do something unnatural with your voice. In this industry, I mean, bloody hell, you probably need as much strength in your will as you can muster. So, yeah. I always take so much from each of these. Like every time I get to do this with you is such a gift. So thank you for that. Let me read you today's oracle card before you head off. Where is it? Today we have the Savage Cabbage. Sometimes you need a telling off from the cabbage. What's going on in your shit show of a life right now? Firstly, launch self-care protocol. Organise, plan. Be gentle with yourself. Ask for support. Prioritise changes that need to be put into place to bring joy and peace. Make space for laughter. Reignite your passions and exude love. Aww, terrific idea. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, and I hope my face wasn't too terrifying for the duration. If you happen to enjoy this and you want to help me make more, then all you need to do is like the video and subscribe to my channel. If you would like to support me further on Patreon or buy me a coffee, that is greatly appreciated but not expected. And if there are any suggestions that you would like to make for performances for me to analyse, please depict them below in the comments. Have a wonderful day. Love you bunches, and I cannot wait to see you next time. Mwah. Bye! Oh, my knee. He got all the vowels, he got all the vowels. I wouldn't deprive him. He can have as many vowels as he likes. Oh, how strange do I look? Pretty strange. He's lucky, I'm lucky, we're off! And then there was this Oh my God, my eyelash is coming off. It's a really peculiar sensation. That's a really interesting harmony line. But harmony. Oh, those.